What's up, you guys? It's your girl, Miss Fada Shanice, and welcome back to my channel. So, as you can already tell by the title, today's video is going to be another story time. Yes, I got stories for days, child. Another college story time at that. Basically, I'm going to be telling you guys a story about when I caught shingles. Shingles, y'all. Yep. Your girl had shingles. Probably one of the most painful things I've ever dealt with in my life, okay? So let's get into the story. Me and my friends were on our way to GHO. Okay, if you don't know what GHO is, it is North Carolina A&T's homecoming. We went the year of 2016. So we go, and you know, trip's going good, trip's going great. The first day we were there, fine. It wasn't until the second day we were there, I started to get sick. Like, I started to feel really under the weather. I started to have body aches, and the headaches that I was experiencing were out of this world, y'all. It literally felt like somebody was literally taking a hammer and banging it against my head 3 good times, and then it'll go away. Like, whoo, child. So, I started to get headaches, and like my lymph nodes, like, I still got the shingle scars, but my lymph nodes on the side of my neck started to get really swollen to the point where it looked like I had 3 big knots on my neck. Like, those shits were huge, y'all. Like, they just looked like 3 knots. And if you know me, you know that I panic, honey. I panics, okay? Like, I get really paranoid. I let my thoughts take over. And I'm like, Lord, is it a tumor?
Like, I hope it's not a tumor.
Like, that's how that's how I'm thinking, y'all. Like, I'm just not thinking about shingles because in my mind I never had chickenpox. So for a person to get shingles, you have to have had chickenpox at least once in your life. And I never recall. I never recalled having chickenpox. So my friends were just like, Loretta, ain't nothing wrong with you. Like, I'm known to be sickly. I'm the most sickliest one out of all of my friends, okay? I'm always sick. Something is always wrong. So they honestly thought I was just being dramatic old Loretta, hypochondriac, to the point where I really felt like nobody was really taking me seriously, you know? So we go to the concert. As the night goes on, y'all, as the trip continues, I'm feeling worse and worse. I'm trying to keep the ball rolling. I'm trying to act like everything is fine, but I'm feeling like complete crap, okay? So, what happened? Oh, so later that night, I asked them, after we came back from the concert, I need to stop to get me a heating pad because I did not know why my neck was swelling like this. Like, lymph nodes crazy. Look like just something, a growth just sitting there. So I went to go get a heating pad because my neck was aching so bad. I started to get like these sharp shooting pains through the right side of my neck. And I didn't know what it was, but all I know is that it hurt bad. And initially I thought that it was a reaction from cheap jewelry. I'm thinking I had an allergic reaction to whatever this necklace was made out of. So I stopped wearing the necklace. Now, we're on our way home. We're on our way back to campus, you know. And I think we stopped at a Wendy's to get something to eat. And I started to notice spots on my neck. Like, I started to notice like these blister-like spots appearing on my neck. Not all at once, but like sporadically in different places. And I'm just like, so at the time I'm turning to my friends. I'm like, yo, do you see this? Like, what is this? And they like, girl, I don't know. It looked like you have an allergic reaction to something. So I'm like, here we go. Something is always happening to me. Something is always happening to me. We get home and I asked my friend at the time, I'm like, yo, can you take me to the ER? Because I'm not feeling well. Like something is really going on and I don't know what's going on and I need to find out. So she took me and they told me I had a viral infection. Now, they seen the rash. They thought it was a rash initially when I first went to the ER. They was like, oh, girl, you got a bad rash. And I'm like, yeah, breakout from bad jewelry. That's literally what I'm thinking. I didn't even think to tell them about the spots. But when they pointed it out to me, they didn't seem alarmed either. So I didn't seem alarmed at all. They said I had a viral infection, went back home, went to sleep, took some medicine. That was that. When I woke up, y'all, the next morning, my neck was covered in itching blisters. Y'all, I have the scars still to show y'all. All of this, you see where it's like discolored? You see all of that? Covered in blisters. All right here, I still have one shingle that really never healed, and it like keloided a little bit. Right here, like I had some in the middle of my chest, but it literally only appeared, like as you can see, it stopped right here. It stopped right here. It didn't go over to this side of my neck at all. So I woke up with all of these spots on my neck, and I'm just like, yo, can jewelry really do this? I don't think this is from jewelry. So I send pictures to my mom and my sister. I'm like, can jewelry do this to you? And they're like, Loretta, you really need to go back to the hospital because what is that? And I'm just like, I don't know. So at the time, one of my roommates was in school to be a nurse. And I knocked on her door and I'm like, yo, can you tell me, like, what is this? Like, what is this on my neck? And she's like, girl, that look like shingles. And I'm like, shingles? Like, she was like, get your stuff. I'm about to take you to the hospital. So I got my stuff. She took me to the hospital. She stayed with me. That's still my girl, still to this day. I always say that's my personal nurse right there, my own personal nurse. So we got to the ER. They checked me out, looked at my neck, ran some tests. Long and behold, I had shingles. So I'm telling the doctor, how can I have shingles and I never had chickenpox? Like it ain't making sense. Like I've never had chickenpox. So he's telling me you probably had a mild case when you were a kid and you weren't aware of it. And thinking back, and he also said that sometimes the chickenpox vaccine can put a weaker form of the virus in your system. And in rare cases, this can cause shingles. So I don't know if I was a rare case or if I really did have chickenpox as a kid. Now, what I do remember as a kid is that I used to get hives a lot. And I remember there was one time I had hives all over my body and I was itching so bad, y'all. I mean, itching. Like my mom was popping my hands just so I couldn't scratch. Like, and I'm thinking, could I have had a mild outbreak? Could that have been a mild outbreak? The world may never know. I don't know. But yeah, so literally, he told me I had shingles. He told me that I was contagious. I could not be around anybody. I had to be in my room. I had to disinfect anything that I touched because a person with shingles can give another person that's never had shingles chickenpox. So if you've had chickenpox, basically I could give you shingles. If you've never had chickenpox, then a person with shingles can give you chickenpox. So y'all, for the next like a week and a half, I was in so much pain. Just think about 100 hot needles sticking you in your neck at one time and just constantly re-sticking you in your neck, and at the same time it itch, but you can't scratch it because these are blisters. So if you scratch it, you're gonna bust one of them. Now your hands is infected. And it's just, y'all, the most annoying, most painful feeling I have ever felt in my life. Like, ridiculous. Then when it started to heal, you get scabby, okay? Like, I'm talking about whole neck black. Whole side of my neck black from scabs. Like, so I had a follow-up appointment literally 3 days after they diagnosed me with shingles. Still blistered up. Literally, I was walking around campus with scarves up to here. Because I'm like, this shit look nasty as hell. I don't want nobody seeing this. People going to think I'm contagion. I'm not going to want to be around me. Like, no. So he was like, oh, goodness, you have a good case of shingles. And I'm just like, all right now, nigga. Like, check my shit out. Let me know if I'm healing correctly. And just let me go. So he checked my neck. He gave me this ointment, told me to continue using it, take these steroids. Y'all, I was doped up, okay? They put me on a narcotic. I was high, okay? Yeah, the healing process was disgusting. I was scabbing up and the scabs were literally falling off by themselves. They told me that whenever I started to scab up, then I was no longer contagious. I could go back to class. I could be around my friends again, but I still needed to act with caution. So, y'all, when I started to scab up, I still really didn't go back to class right away, but y'all, them shits was falling off. I would never forget a scab fell off in class. Like, embarrassing. Nobody seen it, but I was like, yo, this is really falling off at random. But yes, y'all, that is the time that I got shingles. Shingles at, how old was I? Shingles at 20 years old. 20. You normally hear about old people having shingles. But that is all for this story time. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button as well as the notification button so you can be notified whenever I upload a new video. Once again, thank you all so much for watching. And I will talk to you all in my next one. Peace and blessings, my beautiful kings and queens.